Because I owe it to this stupid show. Because I owe it to Jessica.
That's great. Oh, thank you so much.
So welcome.
Hey, now I've been watching some tapes. How's this? Jessica Lockhart will never step foot in this place again. Give you a chance to shake things up, play different characters. You're so talented.
Probably just left years ago when the offers were pouring in, but I just get so comfy here, and I turned down some amazing work.
It's coming back to flexible. Young lady, don't you sit there and tell me that my first grandchild's going to be a bastard. Rachel Karen Green, tell me there's going to be a wedding.
February 2nd. It's really cool seeing production of that. Okay, I dropped it. So much for the, you can tell Rachel driver. There, I wasn't about the wedding.
Great. If you want to go for a ride in the Porsche, I'll be glad to take you for a quick spin around the block. Yeah, you got a couple hours? Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Let me make sure I'm not doing it.
Here. It's your suitcase. We're going to Las Vegas.
Which is why my
That's right. I'm not in trouble.
live together. They split the cost of stamps, don't they? And thanks, Joey. She's having a really great time.
I don't know where to get a basket.
There's no signs for that.
Are you asking is kind of a sign? Across the hall, and I promise you, the minute Monica and I break up, I'm moving right back in.
Worst day. You think you're finally making progress at work, and then your boss calls you Raquel.
First marriage, wife's hidden sexuality. Not much. Said the wrong name at the altar. A little life. What?
Anyway, you told Joey, cried his eyes out.
Hey! Do not cry my eyes out.
Three divorces reason because he wants to split.
Something to remember me.
Are you okay? You're not blinking.
I know, but just let me finish, okay?
And getting custody will be easy because of Rachel's drinking problem.
Hey,
Hey, check it out. Unbelievable.
also a sign of friendship.
Yeah, not in your case, Lovey Leverson.
There's a heart.
All right, just tell me this. Did you or did you not smell?
How weird is that? You're
No, you're very.
I see the whole. Great, I'll be there Monday. And thank
believe her. I don't know if she, said that I'd have triplets. But she also said one of them would be black.
I think this was a successful marriage.
Funny.
Cindy's gone for. She said she'd be back December.
Lisa, it'd be easier if you just give me your money.
Always, actually.
Or your mom. Or Chandler. Phone messages from interest.
What?
I'm not moving. Is that picture straight?
Maybe I am mad. Well, deep down.
Oh, Ross, it's 4 to 5. Maybe Ross was getting the...
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What the hell is that dog doing here? Tonight.
We have the same number of functions as an... to me like a moth to a flame.
No, I just thought it was cute.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Drink some beer and
Oh, hi.
Enjoy the view whilst I enjoy my dessert. That I've never seen before in my life.
Well, I was just hoping after tonight that maybe...
okay, let's do it. So, okay. Guys, shows for the...
Been through this before.
Yeah, don't do this to yourself.
You guys, come on, please, just... Jokes. You guys know they have naked...
What are you doing?
You forget how many great songs...
Regular soap opera.
Maybe it's the sound of Ross climbing into my brain.
Because I asked. Honey, no one thinks that you're a boss, and that's Phoebe. Pitched the idea to my boss at Ralph Lauren, and I have to ask. Okay, I can't believe this. I mean, you guys?
How is you drinking helping you get?
I gotta go. I once walked in.
About it. She didn't seem too immature for me. Hey, have you?
Tennille. If neither of you are married by the time
The mirror.
Damn, they're giving...
Somewhere, but I'm not just wasting my time.
What? The platoon is dead. Face facts, Tommy. So what are we gonna do? We have no...
your pesto is the besto.
I don't know, but I would say it's pretty good.
I can get around the office computer network so I can access the really good internet. Look at the slides. Look at the
Let's see. Maybe it's
gonna be a wedding.